Hi everybody, how's it going? Mark here with a very short review video this week. Next week I'm going to go to my local comic book shop to pick up my big stack of comics that I usually have put by for me, so next week's one's going to be pretty big. But this week I've got about 2 comics to review for you, so you know it's not going to be a very long video. Plus, as well as that, I think 2 comics I'm going to be reviewing for you have been reviewed to death, but I shall see if I can do any different. The first one we have is Amazing Spider-Man 682, Ends of the Earth #1. You all know what's going to happen in this one. Anybody who's watched a video on this YouTube place about comics has probably seen this comic be reviewed. Can I review it any better than anybody else? Probably not. The only thing I can think of to say about this is that even though Dr. Octopus is holding the world, or at least half the world, to ransom, to me he still looks like he's a douchebag, and I could kick his ass. So, you know, but it's a really good story. It's a really good start to this series, for this story arc in this comic, and if you can get the variant cover of this, it is a really gorgeous variant cover as well. So that's Amazing Spider-Man 682. If you haven't got it, pick it up. And as well as that, we have Hoax Hunters #0. Again, another comic that has been reviewed to death on YouTube, and rightly so, because it is a really good comic, and the artwork in it is absolutely fantastic. Not too sure about the artwork that's going to be for the issue 1. It's nice, but I don't think it actually goes well with the story. I mean, there's only got about 4 or 5 pages of the first issue in the back of this, so you know the actual story might carry on. But from what I've read of the first 5 pages of the first issue, it's a bit for the artwork. But the artwork in this one is really nice, goes really well with it, and yeah, I think it goes up there with me with comics like The Strange Talent of Luther yeah, you know the one, Luther Sterident, that's not the word, but you know what I mean, and Witch Doctor as well. Really good comic. Now then, the only other thing I can think of I can do to make this just a little bit longer is a quick look at some of the other magazines and that I get. Here is issue number 175 of 2000 AD, and of interest in this one is this has got the first part by, excuse me, I'll go have a look at it, Brendan McCarthy of The Sorcerer's Silk. Now, if you like Bulletproof Coffin and Shaky Kane's artwork, you will like Brendan McCarthy's artwork. It is really out there. If you remember a few years ago, there was, in the UK, there was a magazine called Revolver, which come from 2000 AD. In that, they had a comic strip in there called Rogue and Gosh, which was, unfortunately, Revolver only went for 7 issues. Yeah, and DC, Vertigo, in all their infinite wisdom, decided to collect the complete story in like a little one-shot, hardbound one-shot, and it was absolutely fantastic. That had Brendan McCarthy artwork in it. I'll just show you some of the pages in it. I mean, the rest of this comic is really good. Judge Dredd, there's Flesh, there's Age of the Wolf 2, which has the world is there's a permanent full moon, and all the werewolves come out and are permanently out, you know. And that's the second part of it. And of course Nikolai Dante, which if you've read 2000 AD is like a Russian soap opera sort of thing. But I'll just show you some of the artwork from Brendan McCarthy for this. I mean, if you never lived in the 60s, I would imagine this was what the 60s was like for some people. absolutely fantastic, Brendan McCarthy's artwork. He's been doing this for so many years, and I think he's very rarely been given the credit he is due. And there's the last page for the first part of the story of the Sorcerer of Silk. Look at that, how trippy is that? There you go. And finally up, another thing that I've picked up, another couple of things I've picked up that I always get. Marvel Classic Figurine Collection, number 172 is Dracula. And I have the figurine here. This is the old style Dracula that was seen in Tomb of Dracula. I won't get out the plastic because the old 1970s Tomb of Dracula comics. And something else that I will go in depth a bit more. There's another part collection series that's come out in the UK. I'm not too sure if it's out in America, but I think it's out in the UK and Australia and New Zealand at the moment, which is the DC chess collection. This is part 4. That's why I was just remembering, just making sure I actually got part 3 as well, which I do have. But this is part 4, which is the Penguin, and he's a black knight on the chessboard of the set. And I'll go in more depth and you'll be able to see it a bit better. But there's the chess piece for the Penguin Black Knight. So cold cast like all the ones with Eagle Moss, these fortnightly things. They're all cold cast in lead, hand painted, really lovely. I won't get it out just yet. Yeah, and so you know, it comes in its own little box as well. If you want to keep it in the box or take it out and use it as an ornament, or even use it as a chess piece. Really good. But like I said, I'll go in a bit more in depth than that. That's part 4 of that. So yeah, there you go. Very short video this week for my comics. Like I said, next week should be longer. Might even be 2 parts actually. And so yeah, thank you for watching, everybody. Thank you again, everybody, for subscribing and commenting and liking and that. I really do like comments. I like chatting with people about comics, about either the comics that I've shown here or on other videos. So please comment. I really do like comments. If you like the video, please comment as well, because I'd like to know who likes the video. It's really good. And yeah, so thanks for watching, and hope to see you again soon. Ta-ta for now.